So we have also the left navigation here, which you can also customize as well, meaning you can create your own menu, and that will overwrite the left navigation menu, and you can customize the top, which will overwrite the top. You can select which products are set up and show in the featured product area. You can customize who we are, resources tab, testimonials. You can change those and have different tabs here. You can customize these boxes as well. Obviously, the banners, you can upload your own banners, and pretty much you can customize everything using CSS, HTML, JavaScript. So if you have designers that know code, they'll be able to easily go in and customize the site. You can also customize the footer as well, decide what links you want to show, what links you don't want to show. Yes, so chat is private. So you can go ahead and chat me. Also, as I mentioned, you can keep the questions till the end because I will be answering most of the questions that you have. And you can also send us an email to support@printerbridge.com if you want to ask any other questions. So here, moving on to business cards, I'm going to select the category business cards, and this is the product builder page for business cards. So it has descriptions, it has product info, social media buttons that customers can go ahead and share on social media. They have a favorites button that they can select this product as a favorite, an online designer tab, a templates tab, and a help tab. The templates tab is for customers that want to design their own file. When they click on it to download the template, it'll take them to a page where they can go in and download the specific business cards in the specific size. Here we have our product business cards, and we've obviously integrated with all of our sizes and products. So here are all of our sizes. We have all of our quantities showing up, the paper type, the coding, colors, print turnaround. These are all of our products for business cards, and they're all integrated. We are missing round and corners. We currently are not offering round and corners in the stores, but that will come with next month's big update. We also show the estimated production completion time, which it does show the 4th day, but it also adds an extra day, just as a buffer so that your customers are not expecting it on the 4th day. It shows the total price. Now this price is the retail price that you marked up. So in your admin, you're going to see your wholesale pricing that you get from 4over based on your loyalty. We do sync with your personal API key, so that way you can see your own pricing. And then based on that, you get to mark up the products on a global level, or a category level, or a product level. So if you wanted to only, let's just say, do a global markup of 100%, but you wanted business cards maybe 80%, you can do that and then go back and update the business cards to 80%. Your customers can also email a price. So if they wanted, if it was somebody that wanted to, maybe they're a reseller of yours, they wanted to email a price to their client, they can go ahead and just email that to them and they'll get all the information. Here's a custom quote, meaning that if a customer is not seeing a quantity that they want, or maybe a paper type or size, they can just select the custom quote, and that will take them to a page where they can now update maybe the size and put in a different size, quantities, put in a different quantity, paper type, and so on, put a budget amount that they want to pay for, name the project and any special notes, and then they submit that to you. You will get an email that there's a custom quote that came in, and then you'll be able to go into the admin and fulfill that. You'll either be able to fulfill the custom quote and click yes, or if it's not something that you're able to produce, you'll be able to let the customer know that it's not something you can produce. Here we do have an online designer. Currently, this online designer is only available for a few sizes. The popular ones like 2 by 3.5, 4 by 6, 5 by 7, and so on. We will be updating the sites with a new designer towards the end of the year. It's currently in beta, and it will be available for most of the products. So here, the current designer, when the customer opens it up, they are able to select the different layouts that they want to use. They can have a background color, or if they want to add an image, we do have a bunch of images available, hundreds of images available, depending on the categories that they can select from. They can also change the font color, and they can individually change the different field font colors here, and here is where they will be updating their information. Once they're done, they add it to cart, and they're ready to check out. I'm going to go to EDDM full service. So our EDDM full service, we do offer print only and full service, just like we have it on 4over.com. And again, it's integrated with our API. If they do select full service, they'll be able to select the in-mailbox estimated date, select the different options that they want, the different size, and then they are able to go in and select the routes. Just like we have it on 4over.com, the map is integrated. It is integrated with USPS, so it's speaking to their API. It's just building the routes now for the specific zip code that I've inputted. They can select the routes on the map, or they can select the routes by selecting the different routes in this list. They can see how many businesses, addresses, residential addresses, total, and then the different median age, median income, household size, things like that. They can also select to only residential addresses only. We have also implemented a saved route, which they can save the route so they can come back and use that later. If they're using multiple campaigns and they're always sending it to the same routes. Here they'll be able to see all their routes and then select the route that they previously used. Then they just add to cart. They are also able to select the different radius, 1 mile, 3 mile, 5 mile, as well as put in an actual address and then go from that address out 1 or 3 or 5 miles. So once they add it into the shopping cart, they are able to see the different information, total routes, residential, business addresses, all of that they've selected previously. If they have made a mistake, they can go ahead and view the routes right from the shopping cart so they don't have to go back. And if they wanted to add one more, they can just add it and then update the product, the routes. Here, they're able to see the print price, the postage price, and then obviously all the information for the whole, the printing, the shipping, and then the tax. Here we've integrated with our shipping API. So all of the 4over products, you'll be able to have your customers see the 4over pricing. You do have the option to mark up the pricing. So if you wanted to mark it up by 10, 20% or so, just to make sure that if anything happens that you cover that, you can. Right now, it's reading from the 4over shipping API and it's giving the customer the same pricing that you would get. So that way, there isn't any situation where your customer may be paying you less you know, or something like that, then you're paying 4over. And then you save the shipping. Now your customers are able to upload now, upload later. Their designer can upload, or using a third-party download source. Like, you know, there's different sourcing. Like you would use a link for the store owner to go and grab the file. So if they're uploading now, they would just choose the file and upload the file. And we also have the option for your customers to preview and prep the files. So you have the option to either have that available on your storefront or only in the admin, or available. It's either available on both or just the admin. So your customers will be able to preview the file, meaning that it's going to check for RGB, for CMYK, transparencies, fonts. If it does see RGB, it'll convert it to CMYK, and then it does flatten it. So if there's any issues, your customers will be able to see if there's any issue on the file. They can see the bleed area and the safety line, and then they can make sure that everything fits correctly. If they do need to change it, they would unlock it and then move it around to make sure that everything is fitting. They can stretch it, they can rotate the artwork, they can rotate the canvas if they need to, and scale it in auto scale. Once it looks good, they will just select OK to print, and now it's been pre-flighted. Just gonna remove that one. There is the option to add a coupon. So in your admin, there's a setting that you can add various different coupons, whether it's for first-time users, whether it's for specific tier pricing customers, which I will explain once we go into the admin. So you can do different kinds of coupons. This is where they're going to enter that. Here you have a section for messages where you can put in promotion for, and then add the coupon, and then that will show up when they're in the shopping carts, so they can easily grab the coupon and apply it. There's also the ability to add credits. So if you needed to add a credit for a customer that maybe had some issues, you wanted to give them $5 or $10 credit or anything like that, you can give them a credit, and then it'll show up, and then they'll be able to use it on their next purchase. So I'm going to check out. It does give you a miss the cutoff time. So if it's past 10, it'll let them know that they missed the cutoff time and that it starts from tomorrow, the time for production. Here's the billing address. They can edit that, just the same thing as any shopping cart summary. They can select credit card, check, or purchase order. You have the option in the admin to choose what you want to offer. Anything from credit card, purchase order, check, PayPal, and you can select what it is that you want to show. If it is check or invoice, they would enter their check number, and then you would give them an override code that they can use whenever they check out. And that's done so that people don't just check out with check. They would need to have an override code. You have the option to change that override code in the admin. There is a feature for sending a text message when the order is ready. So if they want to get notified when the order is ready, they can just put that, check that, and then put their phone number. It'll save it so that anytime they do place an order, it just automatically is there if they want it. They would just check the terms and conditions and check out. Now, the terms and conditions is also something that you will have access to updates. We give you a template for terms and conditions that you can use, but it's up to you to update the terms and conditions to whatever your business needs are. So here it's successfully completed the order. They can go into their orders and review the orders, which will allow them to view the orders, to view the statuses. When you do push the order to 4over, we update the status automatically via API, and then it updates that for your customer. Now, there's probably a question that you're asking is, do I have to send all the orders to 4over? No, you don't. This is when you manage anything that comes in through your store. So 4over does not get involved at all until you actually push the order to 4over, and that's when we send the order to production and send you all the information via API. So once the order comes into the admin, that's when you get to decide, do I push it to 4over or do I print this in-house? At the time of push, when you do push the order to 4over, you can decide whether to drop ship it to the customer directly or to ship it to your storefront, to your address, or to use the free delivery or pickup. So you can offer pickup for your customer on your storefront. It just means that when you do push the order to 4over, you can decide to either have it free delivered to you or ship it to you. But just keep in mind that whatever you decide when you push the order, you're going to be paying for the shipping. So if your customer selected pickup, but you're having it shipped to you, you pay 4over at the time of push. The way it works is that you select the credit card that's on your file, and we charge your credit card when you push the order to us. You collect all the money up front from the customers using your merchant account. So we offer Authorize.net, PayPal, Moneris, and we will be offering Square and Stripe in the future. It's just not currently available. Here's the statuses. Here are the orders. They can see the total. They can also reorder the job if they want to come back and reorder it later on. They can just come back and hit reorder job using the same name, the same order, the same files as well, and then it just pushes into cart using that same file for this order and all the information, same shipping. Obviously they can edit the shipping by clicking it, and they can check out. One other thing that I didn't show you on the shopping cart is that they can put special instructions. So if they have special instructions for you, they can also set up a reorder reminder. So if they wanted to be reminded, maybe in a month from now, they can go ahead and put a reorder reminder. Stripe is not going to be available next month. That's the big release that we're having next month is only related to products. It's not related to any features. So if you do have free local delivery options, you do get to use free local delivery when you push it to 4over. So if the order is producing in a location that you are able to get free local delivery, that will show up at the time of push. So I will show you that when we go into the admin. One other thing before I open it up for questions and move on to the admin is the customer profile. In their profile area, they have an area for all their quotes. So if they asked for a quote from you, they'll be able to see all their quotes here. This is the orders page link. They can also upload files to a job. So if they selected I will upload later, they can come back, select the job that they want to upload the files, and here they'll be able to upload those files and then submit it. And you will get an email saying that the customer has uploaded files to that job. And you'll be able to see it when you go into the admin to that order. Here's their shipping address, so they can have all their different shipping addresses here in their address book. My storage area is another great feature. Here they can upload different artwork that they would want to use in the future. So it's kind of like a storage area that they can keep all their artwork. It's unlimited currently. That may change in the future, but it's unlimited right now. So it's just an area for them to use. So when they have their artwork here, they can just download it and use it. Or if they place an order and they say upload later, they can just select that job, that artwork, and assign it to a front for this job and then assign it. and then that will assign it to a job that they've purchased, so that they don't have to look for that job in their you know, on their computer or whatever. They can just keep it all here in their storage area. And then they would have this checked so that it'll send a notification to you that a file has been uploaded to that order. Another great thing is that you have access to their storage area. So if they wanted you to look at a job because they're not sure if they did it correctly, they can upload it into their storage area, notify you. You will get the notification. You'd go into their account, into their storage area, and you would be able to click on it and review the file, and then let them know, yes, everything is good, and then they can proceed and add it to that job. You can also, if you are a designer, you can design the job in-house and then upload it into their storage area to have them look at it and approve it. If it's all good to go, they can use that on their next order. Another thing under my profile, here's their favorites right here. They can manage their credit cards. So if you are offering credit cards like Authorize.net, you would have to turn that on Authorize.net to be able to accept multiple credit cards or save credit cards, and then your customer will be able to just click on the credit card they want to use at checkout. None of the credit card information is coming through 4over at all. This is directly through a token to your Authorize.net account. They have a section for FAQs, video tutorials to show them how to use the site as well. So everything is already set up here for you. Obviously, you can add more to this. This is just a starting point, but you can add more content, information. That's all controlled by you on your CMS pages. So I'm going to open it up for some questions really quick, and then I'm going to move on to the admin. Okay. If anyone has any questions. Somebody asked about PayPal Pro, that it no longer offers API. It does. We've just signed up people. We have hundreds of people using PayPal Pro, so it's not a problem. And you can use PayPal Pro as well as the regular PayPal on your store. So great. If there aren't any questions, I'm going to move on to the admin. That's great. Okay. I'm going to mute you guys back. Okay. So here's the admin. This is the back end. When you sign up, you're going to be taken to this home page right here of the admin. It does show you setup progress so that you can make sure that you're setting up your store properly. It'll tell you what areas this relates to. Here are the different settings right here, whether it's maintenance. This will allow you to put your store under maintenance while you're setting up your store. So it'll just give a message to your customers that the site is on maintenance mode. Payment related, here's where you would be adding all your payment information as well. Shipping settings and store setup. Right here we also have a system messages. This is very important to always look to see if there's any messages, because this is how we communicate with you. If there are new products, new categories, or anything like that, or if there's an issue with something, we will notify you through the system messages. You will see that there's a message, and you'll be able to click on it and read the message that we've sent out. So it's very important to check on that. Here you'll also be able to see the messages here, and you can directly go to that. You also get notifications right here, and you're able to see your notifications, whether it's quotes that are waiting to be fulfilled, new customer activity, jobs that are overdue possibly, you'll be able to see here, as well as tasks. So if you have various different tasks to do, you'll be able to access that. User roles. This section will allow you to assign an employee to a specific user role. So if you have a general manager, you can assign them as a general manager, a graphic designer that will be updating the website. So they do have different access rights. So when they log into the admin with their username and password, for example, if I'm logged in as a graphic designer, I will only be able to view specific settings and features. See, like the menu is much smaller. So mainly, I think I did, yeah. So, you know, coupons, things like that. There's one for CMS. So this would actually, that would be the one for your developer, which they will only have access to the CMS features, website design, and things like that. You would obviously be logged in as an administrator, so you have all the rights. Here's a job that I placed, so you'll be able to see any jobs that came in. This is the job. It tells you all the information and who the customer is and their shipping. When you do see the order, you will click on the order, and here you're able to see all the information when it came in, the billing, the shipping. This says drop ship from because I am set up as a reseller. That is something that you can do. You can set up a customer to be a reseller, meaning that they're selling it to other people, so that they can have the jobs that they order drop ship from them. Here's all the information, what kind of payment method they used, as well as the total cost. Here's the pre-flighted file. Now this is very important. We have some people thinking that since the customer pre-flighted the file, I don't need to look at it, I can just send it to 4over. That's a big mistake because end users not always know how to set up their files properly. So even if you do give them an option to pre-flight their file, which is great because you know, they're able to see it and maybe you can get them used to setting up their files properly. Sometimes they don't, and they may have their logo too close to the cutting. So you may want to just look at the pre-flighted file. Everything looks good. This shows you what it looks like without the cut lines. And yeah, it looks good. Everything seems to be correct. It's just to double check to make sure that everything looks good. We did have a situation with a customer that sent an order with crop marks. It wasn't the correct size. You know, just to let you know, these orders, when they are pushed to 4over, they go directly to production. There's no one looking at the file. So it's very important that you look at the files before you push them to 4over. Excuse me. You're able to see here your wholesale price. So this is what you pay 4over, and then it also tells you your profit for this job. Currently it's pending, and the reason is because I paid with check, but you can go ahead and approve it. If it's a customer that has maybe terms and you've set up a certain terms or something with them, you can just go ahead and approve the job. If it's ready to go to 4over, you would just set it as pre-press, and then you would, and then it's going to be ready to push to 4over. This is where the tracking number will go, and right here is where the 4over number will go once it's being pushed. If you are printing it in-house, this is where you'll put your shipping tracking number right here. So you will need to use your own personal UPS shipping in order to get the tracking if you are printing it in-house. Here you can put internal job comments if you want any comments to let your customer service know about this job or the customer. You can also set it to high priority if this job order becomes high priority, and it will show up as a red job and blinking, so that way you know it's a high priority job. If there are any issues with the job, like for example bleed, or if it's not set up correctly, you can use our templates, and you can say you would have intro selected, and you would say, oh, the resolution, something's wrong with the resolution, wrong file type, and then you would just insert the memo into the template. And here it's a memo that we've created, a few templates for you that you would use. Sorry for the inconvenience, but the file you upload is not, accepted, whatever the reason is. It will also include a link to the job, so that when they do receive the email, they'll be able to click on that link, takes them directly to that job to upload a new file. So they don't have to go into the store, look for that order, and do everything. They can just do it directly from the email. Once you've put in the template, you would just save it, and then if this is checked, it sends the customer the memo. And they'll get an email. They'll also be able to see it in their profile. You can set a reorder reminder. So if you know this customer orders it every month, you can set up a reorder reminder for them. If you are printing it in-house, we do have the available order forms. For example, the print work order, the box label, the packing, the invoice that you can either print, download the PDF, or email it to the customer. If the customer made a mistake and they accidentally ordered 1,000 instead of 2,500, you can go ahead and edit the job. Once it's in the system, you can change it. For example, you can change it, to 2,500, and then it'll recalculate it, and then we'll tell you that the difference would be 3,609, which it recalculates the UPS shipping that they've selected, as well as the difference between the 1,000 and 2,500. And it tells you the difference is 3,609, which you can then go and charge their credit card that's on file. You would just save it, and then you would be able to go back to the customer and then charge their credit card. Moving on to storefront CMS. Here is where you will be uploading the logo. It's very, very simple. You just choose a file, and you would just upload the logo. Once you upload it, you go back to your store, you refresh the page, and the logo is there. Sometimes you have to refresh after you've uploaded the logo, and you have to refresh this page. So just do a refresh, and then it'll show, because things get cached. You also have a favicon right here. You can use your own favicon for your site. Image slider is where you can upload your banners. So you can upload multiple banners at a time, and then you can decide which banners are visible currently. Once you're ready to move on to a new banner, you would just set it to yes, and then remove the other banners. You can also set up a link for that specific banner, so that when they click on the banner, it takes them to a specific page, or it may take them to a different website. It's up to you on how you want to do it. Here is the information for the SEO, for the metadata. For every page that's on the site, you can have, you'll have the page title, the page meta keywords, the meta description as well, and you'll be able to edit that. You can make a specific one as a default, so that when people are looking for those keywords, they'll be taken to that description on Google. Media library is where you keep the artwork that you're loading to the site. So if you have a developer that is going to be working on your site, they would need to upload the images in here, and then when they're doing the custom CSS or HTML, they'll be grabbing the link. So if they select it, they'll be grabbing this link and then using that link in their HTML and code. Someone asked about the banners that you saw on your site. So we will be working on some custom or some banners that you'll be able to use under My Marketing and 4over. We don't currently have any banners there, but we're going to be working on adding marketing materials such as banners, images, things like that under My Marketing and 4over. Right now, you are able to go to 4over. There's a lot of different images that you can use from My Marketing for the different products. So if you wanted to use different images for the different products, I would highly suggest that you can go to My Marketing and grab some of those images and use them. That's what they're there for. And that you can find on 4over.com or on trade.4over.com. Navigation menus, that's where you would create your custom navigation. So any navigation menus that you create, that will override the menus that you see up on top and on the left navigation. Theme settings is where you would be updating your site look and feel. So you can have a compact header, you can have a standard header. So if I switch it to a standard, I will save and update. And then when I go to the site and then I update, now it has a different header. My logo is white because it was fitting the other header, so that's why it's like that. But your logo will just show up in here. I'm just going to switch that back. Also, if you wanted to have a no sidebar, you can have no sidebar, save and update. And when you come in here, you refresh the page. Now it's got the other header on here, and then no left sidebar. Customers can just click on place order. You can also change the wording here. Instead of place order, you can say shop now, and then they can just go to the products this way. You also have the font area, the colors that you want to use on the website, what kind of fonts you want to use. We have mostly Google fonts and some other fonts in here as well. Background color, we have different backgrounds that you can use. If you do want to add a different background that's not in here, you would need to use a custom CSS code. And again, you would add the image to your image media library, and then you can use it. You can have different borders. For example, if I select red accents, light borders, and then save, that would change the look and feel of the site. So I would just select save. It mostly, actually, that piece mostly works for the left sidebar. But it's really a matter of, so it's like right here. So it's really a matter of just playing around with this and seeing what works for you. We do have some themes right here that you can select and check out to see if anything works for you. I'm working on some new themes that are more, that are a very different look. They're more modern. They have the banner going all the way across. So it's a different look for the site. Those will be available in a few weeks. And once those are available, we will notify you that they are available for you, and you will be able to find them in here and use them. Website pages, you're able to edit any of the pages. Obviously, you can also add your own pages by just insert CMS page, and then you can add your own page and edit that. So right here is where you would edit the pages. There's 301 redirects, so if you had any domains, pages from your previous websites that you want to redirect to specific pages, you can also use the 301 redirect. This is the FAQ area, so the store does come with already FAQs in there, but if you wanted to add new categories, you can add new categories to the FAQs. You can add more FAQs. You know, for example, this is file specifications, so so you would just go in here. These are the questions that we currently have. You can add more questions as well to that. JavaScript integration. This will allow you to be able to use Google Analytics. So you can add the code in here so that you can use Google Analytics. You can also add chat. So if you see a third-party chat that you want to use, you would get the code from them and you would enter it in here under insert code. It's really easy. It's not complicated. You don't need to know code in order to do that. This is your testimonials, so you can add all different testimonials that you have, which I highly recommend. It's always good to have testimonials, and your customers can see what people are saying about your company. Catalog, here is the catalog with all the products. So you have the option to display in the left navigation or not, display on the home page, which is right here. This is the section. You can also overwrite the description on the product page by just selecting that, and then that just means that you can just overwrite that description and information. You can add a video, you can add an image to that product page. It's up to you and how you want to format it. And then you would just save. If you wanted to disable a category, so we have had customers that only want to offer business cards, flyers, and postcards, so they went ahead and disabled all other categories. We also have had customers that only want to do EDDM full service because they want to be specifically only for EDDM full service, so they went and disabled all categories. And this is where you would do it. You would just disable it, and then the category won't show on your storefront. If you want to enable it, you would go to inactive and then enable the category, and now it's enabled. So it's very easy. We have set up a few categories for you if you wanted to use any categories and add your own products. So there's a number of categories in here that you can use. If there's a category that's not in here, but you want to add a product, you cannot add your own category. You would just let us know. You would email us, say, hey, Print and Bridge team, I would like to add, hats. And so we would go in, create the category for hats, and now you'll be able to insert your product under hats. So let's just say I wanted to use this category. So I would just go in, insert that product, and then now I can put in my own SKU, my product name, page title, make it active on the store, make a custom quantity available as well if you wanted to, add the size in here, and then here's where you would start adding the standard options and values. So it would start off with quantity. You do have the option to rename it, relabel it right here. And then here is where you would add the different price for that specific quantity. We do have a lot of videos that explain that, so don't worry if you're not getting this. I am actually recording this, so I'll have that available. But we do have a lot of information that you can use. For example, in here you can use, there's a knowledge base that will take you, sorry, that's our beta site. It doesn't take you to the knowledge base, but on your store, you will be able to use knowledge base right here, which will take you to another site, and it has a lot of information on how to set up your store with guides and videos. There is a getting started so that you can see, adding your logo, all of that. You can go through all these videos. As well as training videos where you can see various different training videos for setup, staff, products, contacts, and orders. So we have a lot of support for you for when you're starting your website. You are able to also email us if you have any questions, and we can email you back with instructions or help you out with anything that you need. Moving on to contacts, here's where you have all your customers. So you will be able to log in as a customer, which is a great feature. You can log in as the customer, go in, place the order for a customer. If they needed help, you can just do it for them. So if you maybe designed a job for them and you wanted to upload it for them, you can do that and just let them know, hey, okay, it's ready for you. It's in your shopping cart. Go ahead and place the order and pay for it. So this will allow you to log in as a customer. If you wanted to edit the customer, now every customer that comes in, excuse me, they will click on login or create account, and they'll be able to create an account. The default pricing that they will see, it would be retail. You do have the option to make the default something else, but usually it's retail is the default. Now, we do have about 7 different tier level pricing that you can use. Retail and then 6 other tiers. Actually, we have 8 because we have retail, 6 different tiers, and then a corporate. The corporate is if you have a customer that's a corporate client, and you may want to have maybe all your corporate customers set up as, if you have your retail as 100, you would have your corporate clients as maybe 50% markup, so that when this client logs into their account, they're able to see their specific pricing. So somebody is asking, saying that you can create custom products that are not produced at 4over currently. Yes, you can definitely do that. As I showed you earlier, you can go into the inactive area in the catalog, and those are categories that don't have any products. It's just categories for you to use. And again, if you don't see a category that you want to offer, just let us know. We create that category, and then you can add the products in that category yourself, and you can produce them. Even the 4over products that that you do have in your store, you get to decide which ones are going to 4over. So if you're a printer and you, for example, print digital and you print all the low quantities in-house, you can decide when the orders come in, I'm gonna print this in-house. And then if a large quantity comes in, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna send that over to 4over. Or maybe if you get busy and you need 4over to fulfill, you can just push the orders to 4over so 4over can fulfill. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. You get to decide how to manage that and where it's going to print. You can also have set the customer as a retail price customer. And if this customer places a lot of orders, for example, for business cards, and you want to give them a special pricing for business card, you can go into edit tier pricing and say, for business card, I want to give them a tier 1 level, which will give them 80% markup instead of 100%. So yes, you can assign the custom prices to the different contacts. So because someone asked that question. So here's a customer that I have. I'm going to set them up as a tier 1 level pricing. And I've already set up my markups. That tier 1 level is 80% markup and retail is 100. So this customer will be tier 1. So it's like a loyalty level. So when they come in and they log into my website, that customer will see their tier level 1 pricing and not the retail when they log in. This is their billing information, their shipping information, so you can at any time adjust that. They also have the ability to edit that in their profile. Here's their email login and their password. Obviously, you don't see the password, but if they do maybe lose their password and they say, can you just reset it, or you can go in here, just type in maybe print 1 2 3 4, and then let them know, okay, sign in with print 1 2 3 4, and then go into your profile and change your password. You can set this customer as a high priority, as a reseller, a tax exempt. This is where you would give them a store credit, and then there's different options here. You can resend them the account info and email, welcome email. So if they're saying, oh, I never received it, you can just click on it, and then when you save, it'll resend them the welcome email. Let me go back to contacts. So also, when you're viewing your contacts, you can just select the name, and here's where you can see some internal notes regarding this customer, emails that went out for this customer, coupons that you've set up for this customer as well. You can manage their credit cards. This is where you would see their artwork storage. So if they had anything in there, you would be able to see it. This is where you would also be able to choose a file and upload it and send it to customer by notifying the customer that you've uploaded the file. You can do a shipping markup as well. So if you select shipping markup here, you can give this customer a flat fee for their order. So if you say all ground orders for this customer, $5, that would overwrite the UPS shipping, and they will see their flat price right here. Or maybe you wanted to do 0. Maybe you wanted to just give them free shipping, and you can just do it through here. There's a different way to do it. There's also in their account edit. You can check off, it says give customer free shipping, and you can do that, and then this customer can get free shipping on their orders. You can view their cart items as well by going and clicking on here. This is information that you have for this customer, and then all the orders for this customer. Under contacts, you can also import your contacts. So if you have a list of contacts that you want to import, you can import it using this CSV file. So it gives you what areas need to be filled out, and then it'll be able to import all your customers in here. One thing that we had a customer do was that they imported all their customers. They also gave them a store credit, for example, of $5, just to get them motivated to go in and go into the site. So even though you imported, they still would need to go in and change their password so that they can log in. So that gave them motivation so that they saw $5 credit when they placed their first order. You can also export your contacts as well from here. Orders, we went through orders, but here's where you can see all your orders. You can see your orders that are in pre-press, pending, in production, all of that. This is the coupon area where you can browse through all your coupons and create coupons for your customer. When you create a coupon, you have the ability to select apply to products, apply to categories for the different tier levels. So it's a coupon that will apply to any, or if you want to do a specific coupon only for your corporate clients or your tier 1, you can just select that and then create a coupon for them, which you can use for a contact blast here, which is, I'll show you in a second. It's an email blast that goes out to all customers for like a marketing campaign. You can also set a coupon for valid for new customers only, or use only once per customer. Here, the contact blast, this allows you to either upload a one-time list to send out an email, maybe to your customers, and let them know, hey, I have a new website, come and join the site. You can get, a coupon here to use on your first order. You can also send it to all your internal customers. For example, maybe you wanted to send a campaign for customers that had 0 orders, that haven't been placing any orders. So you can send an email only to those customers. Maybe it's for customers that had 1+ orders, and you don't want to send it to any customers that haven't placed. So you have different filters here that you can select to send out your campaign. Here you have different reports, anything from bestsellers, orders per hour, how many sample requests have been done. Now the sample request is something that you will fulfill. It's not something that 4over does. So if someone requests a sample, then you would need to be able to ship that out to them and let them know. We've had different customers that do it differently. We had one customer that created a category for samples, and what they did, I don't have it on here, but what they did is pretty much, like, this is like a category that was customized. What they did was they put samples, and then the product's free sample, which was 0, and then they had another package for premium samples, and then they would charge them $5. So you can do something like that if you wanted to charge samples. There's different reports such as abandoned carts, customer statistics, sales, things like that you can go through. Shipping, you have different shipping that you can mark up, as I mentioned, and you just select that shipping and you mark it up. We do have FedEx in here, but just keep in mind 4over does not ship with FedEx, so if you do have FedEx available, you would need to put in your own FedEx account. But if your customer selects FedEx and you do push the order 4over, it will ship out with UPS. So just keep that in mind. Sales rep profiles. This is a really great feature. This is the last of the features that I'm going to talk about, which is if you have sales reps that you want to assign that will go out there and sell your product, you can set them up as a sales rep and then get their own profile, meaning they get their own link. When they share this link, they bring customers in. Customers can see their phone numbers, and it's sort of like they can handhold these customers and help them out. There's, about them information that they can edit. So here, they'll be able to edit their information about who they are. They can upload their photo in here, to make it more personal. And this, excuse me, this is their link, their personal link that they can use. So if you have people that go out there and do blogs, or maybe they promote on social media, they can go and use their links. Now, everyone that clicks on that link and comes to your website and signs up they will be automatically linked to that sales rep. So that way, any orders that come in from that customer, that sales rep will be able to get commission. And you have the option to set up that commission yourself right from the user roles. So these are the sales rep that I have, for example, and I can see how many customers they have. I can see how many orders year to date that they've had, the commission payout. So like this one right here, they get 10% for every order that comes in. I can go in here and edit, and then now I can edit this sales rep and set them up as, 15% commission on every order, or maybe I want to give them a salary of, $10 for every order. So it's up to you. You can set that up, and you can also set up a SMS for order notifications for the email so that they can get notifications. So it's a really great opportunity for you to be able to go out there and sell print. Social media is, it's becoming more and more popular for people to promote. So you can have them go on there. Blogs is a really great way. So if you have people that have blogs and they have a lot of traffic coming in, they can go out there and promote your business, promote campaigns for EDM full service, design services, whatever it is. And then that way your sales rep will get an incentive and they'll be able to promote. They'll also be able to log in as themselves in their admin. And when they do log in, they'll be able to see all their contacts in here. They'll be able to see all the orders that came in that are linked to them. So they can't see all the orders for the store. They only see the orders that they've brought in. And the same thing for the reports. They see all the reports that are linked to them. They don't see anything that's not associated to them. So it's a really great incentive to give them access so that they can go and see how much money they're making and go out there and sell your products. So that's pretty much it. I know it's a lot of information. I did record it, so I'll be posting that. When you join us, you'll be able to get help from our team as well, and you do have a lot of videos and guides that can help you. The cost for this is $99 a month. Which you get the admin, back-end admin, you get the store, the EDM full services included in that. And then when we do constant updates for new features, that will be included as well, unless it's a premium feature, which we will obviously let you know, and then there will be a cost to it. We are going to be releasing corporate portals in the future. I'm hoping by the end of this year. It's currently in beta. And that will allow you to create corporate portals that are specific for your specific clients' needs, where you can upload their logo. They have their own corporate portal that they can use with templates so they can use. You can assign what products go into that portal, and then create templates for them with locked-in fields so that they can just go in there and put in their information. So corporate portals will come in. There is an extra fee for that. We may include one portal for each store, but that's not, I can't say for sure, but it's definitely going to be an extra added cost for the corporate portals. The new designer, that's not going to be an added cost. The new designer will just replace the current designer that's in place. We also will be offering a premium package in the future. It's not currently available, but I will have a different demo when that is ready. For you. It'll have more features on here. It will allow you to do a lot more with the store, as well as create multiple stores if you have multiple different companies that you want to work on. But that's not currently available. It is more. There's more of a cost to it, but we will notify you once that's ready to go. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to open it up for questions if anyone had any questions. Okay, it's open.
Hi, I do have a question. My question is, does the website have any other languages capabilities?
No, unfortunately, we don't. It is on our roadmap, so we're hoping that we can implement, the different languages so that customers can come in and select the different language and then, see that. But it's not currently available right now.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question. I've got a couple. First of all, on the online design, are you going to, or is it available today to have a custom built template? In other words, if it was for a specific customer of ours, or maybe more so an industry, something like that, or a national organization?
Yeah, so the current designer, you can't upload your own designs. That's why we've started working on a new designer. The new designer, you'll be able to upload designs for your general public, meaning you can add a category, weddings or, real estate, so that you can add your own templates. And then with the corporate portal that will come with it, you'll be able to add specific designs for specific customers that you create portals for, so that they only see those designs. But that's coming. That's not something that we offer right now.
Okay. And if that corporate portals, do you guys have a pricing structure on it yet?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, there's been talks on how it's going to, I believe it's going to be something where it's a monthly fee for a specific amount of portals. So for example, if you wanted up to 5 portals, it may cost, $29.99. If you wanted up to 10, it may cost, $40 a month. So, but I can't give you the price because I don't know. I got in trouble last time by mentioning the cost, so I'm not promising anything. I can't say what the cost is.
Do you feel fairly certain that that feature will be available by the end of the year?
I can't make promises because with development, there's always something that could happen. It is in beta, and we've actually had people place orders through the portals, and it's been successful. So I feel good about it. And we are adding some new features to the portal right now. So with feedback that we get, we're adding more. So I feel good that it will be releasing very soon. So it could have actually happened before the end of the year. But it could also happen after. It really depends on the kind of bugs that we find, because obviously we want to make sure that we give you, something that's working and that, is good to go. But
okay.
I feel pretty confident that it will.
Okay. And then one last question. I know I'm hogging the questions, but are you requiring a time commitment on that that sign up?
So the contract is for a year, and it's $99. You get the first month free right now. That's what we currently are offering. If you do feel, you're into it a few months and you feel like, this is not something that you want to continue, you can contact us, and then we just go case by case. We're not going to, fight with you on it, but, we do tell customers just give it a chance, because websites, it does take time to get traffic in. We're giving you a tool for you to manage the websites and your customers. It's really up to you to bring in customers. You have to go out there and market. Obviously, if the program doesn't work, or if the back end is not for you or anything like that, we can renegotiate, and we can, we'll be able to cancel it probably if you just give us 30 days in advance.
Okay, thank you.
I came in late. In terms of the accounting, I missed the section when you guys talked about sales tax for retail customers. Is that handled by us alone, or if a customer is direct paying, are we getting a report sheet that we can report at the end of the month?
The sales tax is handled by a third party that we have integrated. So that's all done automatically. It goes based on your location. So based on where your location is and where it's being printed, that's where the sales tax, or where it's being shipped to. And that's where the sales tax comes in place. And it's all automatically calculated. You'll also get a report in here that is for sales tax. So you'll be able to download the report and be able to do your taxes using that.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And your video that you're doing right now, that will be available in a couple of days?
I'm going to try to put it up today, if I can. I'm going to put it on PrinterBridge on the demo page. So there is a video there currently, but I will add this one as well.
Great. Great. Thank you.
No problem. Are there any questions? We are 10 minutes over time. If you do have any, feel free to send us an email to info@printerbridge.com, and we can, any one of my team can respond to you. And if you're ready to register, you can go to printerbridge.com and just fill out the forms there, and someone will reach out to you and let you know that we're processing the order, and they'll start putting together the contract. Now, the time that it takes to set up the site, it depends. We will be sending you a contract. You send us the contract back, and then we require your DNS information in order to create the site. You will need to have a domain name for your website. And then after that, it only takes about a day or two to create your store. So it really depends on when we get all the information from you. Once you get the store, it takes a few days to get the API key, but while we're getting the API key for your store, you can still go in and start working on your website. You just won't be able to do the markups until the API key is synced. So it takes a few days up to a week for all the setup, but it's up to you. It depends on what kind of customizations you want to do on the site. We have people that went live after about a week, and we have people that took 2 months because they're putting a lot of work and a lot of customization on the site. So it really is up to you. So thank you for joining today. Go ahead.
One last question. In the sort of the beta site or the practice site or prior to going live, our current website will be available, will be up, right?
Yeah, so if you do have a current website that you want to keep for it to stay live, what you would do is you would just give us that IP address, and then we would point it back so that when somebody types in your domain, it'll just go to your current site. All the stores are created with store dot and then your domain.com. That's how the stores are set up. We have customers that have kept their main site, and they just added a link on their main site for the store. And then we've had customers that have used this as their main store. So you can use it different ways.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No problem. Now, if you already signed up, the best way to, if you do have questions, the best way is to do it through info or through support emails, just because we do have a team, and right now it's just we're getting bombarded with emails, calls, and sign-ups, so we're trying to get everybody set up. If it's absolutely necessary and you do need to talk to someone, of course we will call you and we can talk. But if you do have just questions, it's best to just email, and then we will answer those emails. So info@printerbridge.com, or if there's any kind of issue that you're seeing, then at support@printerbridge.com. So thank you for joining, everyone. It was a pleasure, and looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.